All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and joining us. I'm Gage Samoji. He's Emerson Hip, and this is the Intoxicated Sports Report.
It is lit.
How was your Christmas? How was it?
It was good. I forgot that we just had Christmas. I mean, it was fine. Yeah, it wasn't anything to.
You worked, right?
Yeah, I worked on Christmas Day. Got to see the parents though in the morning. We also did lunch on Christmas Eve together.
Nice.
And they came and saw me both days, so
There you go.
got to hang out with them.
That's
It was super slow, so
That's nice.
kind of just chilling.
Yeah, it was pretty low key for me too. I had breakfast at Devin's house with their parents and stuff, so that was nice. And then went over to my grandma's house for a little while, and then went to my grandpa's house for a little while, and then ended the day back at Devin's and had dinner with them
Okay.
and their family, which was cool. The whole day was really nice. The weather was shit. It was like pouring rain.
I
the
know.
other day.
Yeah, I think like it like absolutely dumped in the early afternoon. But yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain here in Napa.
Yeah, so I had a good Christmas.
Nice.
Low key. Can't really, it's nice to see family and
Yeah.
can't really ask for much more.
Yeah. We hope everybody else
Yeah,
had a great
hope
Christmas
everybody
too.
else had a great Christmas because, it's been we've been weird with COVID the past couple of years.
Right,
With
yeah.
Christmas.
Not
and-
being able to see people sometimes.
Like
for
I didn't
some
even,
people.
I forgot last year, we didn't even go to my grandma's, which is really, uncharacteristic.
Rare, yeah.
Because she was all freaked out. I think there was another surge around this time
It
last
was,
year.
yeah.
I know she was kind of, she's in her late 60s, and obviously
Right.
older people are, when they get it, it's worse for them than
Right.
like if we were to get it.
Right.
So I understand. So it was nice to be able to spend time like at her house. We saw her, but it was like one of those, like give us our gifts. And we're like, okay, bye. It was
Okay,
strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was nice to be able to hang out with her and
Have a more normal.
yeah, because
Christmas.
now that I'm working, I don't see her as much.
Yeah.
So
It was funny too. Someone asked me recently about Christmas at work last year, and I was trying to remember. I was like, wait a minute. It was completely dead. Like there was, we probably were hosting like 10 rooms because COVID was back,
Yeah.
hitting us again.
had it like before COVID when you were working there? Was it always packed on during Christmas time? Or-
Christmas is usually like slower than most months, and like January is generally our slowest month. But
Because I would think with Christmas, if you're going to spend time with family, you're probably going to stay at their house or something.
exactly, yeah.
Rather
Like
than staying at a hotel.
yeah, I mean, and the people that do stay at the hotel are usually people that just are trying to find a different way to celebrate Christmas, which is not many people, but, or people that are just don't have a house to stay at, but they're visiting their friends or something.
Yeah.
Or family.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas to you, to everybody.
Yeah.
Hope it was good.
Yeah.
What are you drinking on?
So just kind of scrounged around for some shit in the house. We've had this mysterious diet peach Snapple in our fridge for a long time, and I finally decided to crack it open today because it sounded good.
And it's surprisingly almost probably as good as regular Snapple.
Pretty close. I mean, it's just not as sweet. It's really what it comes down to, but it still tastes good. So I mix that with some vodka.
And for people wondering, we are kind of hurt today. I wasn't that bad. I know you were probably worse than I was.
Yeah, we had a hell of a night last night.
Yeah, we played that game New Phone Who Dis.
That was pretty good.
It's like Cards Against Humanity, but it's like in the texting
Text form, yeah.
I recommend getting it and playing it. I think it's better than cards.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good fun night last night.
So you're drinking Snapple vodka,
Yep.
and I am drinking Holiday Truly's pomegranate ginger fizz. And this one's better than I thought it was last night. 'Cause
Okay.
we tried all four of them
Right.
from the 12-pack that Devin got.
Yeah.
I didn't think any of them were good. I thought they were all shit. So this one's not
It's
bad.
doing better this
I'm
time.
going to drink another one throughout this podcast as we do. I don't know which one I'm going to drink next. Either Crayon Orange Sparkler or Holiday Sangria style.
Oh man.
So I'll let you know. Out of 10 with this,
-1.
I'll give it like a 3.
At 3.
I'll give it a 3.
3. Okay. Yeah, don't be too generous.
Yeah. What do we got going on today?
We were going to update everyone on local sports. We had some Christmas basketball, of course.
Which I didn't watch any basketball. Normally I would, but there was football on, so I'm like, I'm not going to
Right,
watch.
yeah, that kid did kind of muddy up the NBA.
I bet you the NBA
Christmas.
did not. I'd like to know the ratings.
Right.
Like
They
compared
probably
to
were
compared to
down.
last year. 'Cause
Plus a lot of guys made out with COVID too, like a lot of star players. So yeah.
I usually always, I think everybody who likes sports watches
Right.
basketball on Christmas, which I
Right.
just didn't do.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the upcoming college football playoff semifinals.
Which is on New Year's Eve, which they should always do. I think it's awesome.
I think it's a good idea. I agree that if they put them on New Year's Day, it's kind of dangerous because people are going to be groggy and hungover.
Even though the one thing I will say is New Year's Day is nice because I'm hungover, so I'll just
sit and watch football.
Just watch football all day.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice watching it on New Year's Eve and just kind of just give more hype to the whole day.
Right. So yeah, we'll get into that, and then of course NFL will be a big topic as always.
Yeah.
And
Not a lot to talk about this
yeah,
week.
not a ton, but it'll be good.
But we always make it work, and we always shoot the shit.
Right.
We're always like, oh, it'll be like 45 minutes maybe,
Yeah.
ends up being like an
Hour
hour
15.
15 somehow.
That one last week was one of our longest we've ever had.
So I go on these tangents of
Yeah.
fucking talking about I don't know random things.
Yeah, we're doing it now. We're talking about things that aren't sports.
That's what we do best on this show.
Yep. All right, let's get into it. So the Sharks are hitting the ice for the first time in a long time tonight. They're resuming play against Arizona at home. They had yesterday's game postponed, which was well, pretty much. I think every game got postponed yesterday because they just too much COVID shit going on. But they did change some rules. They brought back the taxi squad in the NHL. So
What?
it's gonna taxi squad. So it's gonna make the rosters larger essentially.
Yeah, I never heard that term before.
They did it in baseball in 2020 as well.
Okay.
Just kind of, basically you don't have to call a guy up from the minor leagues. It's just he's already there waiting in case you get COVID trouble. Like
Because spots are
Right.
need to fill spots.
because usually roster is a lot smaller. It's usually like 22 or 3 guys.
Gotcha.
But now I think it's like 30. So
Also, the Coyotes when they wore their throwback uniforms,
they're permanent now. Did you know that?
They're permanent. Okay.
Yeah, they brought them all the way back, or at least that logo.
those are
Pretty sweet. Yeah, with the green,
I like those
like
a lot.
diamonds. or
It just
whatever.
like screams 90s.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I like it too.
So it's good for the Coyotes. I
Good
don't
look.
know if they're very good, but their uniforms are top notch.
They're fucking horrible this year, by the way. Yeah. I kind of out of nowhere because they were decent last year, but yeah, pretty.
I went to a Sharks Coyotes game years ago, and I think the tickets were cheap. So I think the Coyotes weren't very
The
good.
Coyotes have been a pretty dumpster fire franchise for their whole existence.
There you go.
Unfortunately. Your boy Alvin Gentry, head coach of the Kings.
I saw this.
He's been popping off. This is like at least the third time I've seen him publicly criticize the team. And he went pretty far. His quote, or he was quoted saying, "It's the most disappointed I've been in 34 years in the NBA as a coach."
And he's been coaching for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping to make a joke, because he did coach for the Warriors, right? As an assistant coach.
Right. Yeah.
I was going to make a 2016 73-9 joke, or 3-1 joke,
Right.
but he wasn't on the team.
Okay, he wasn't there. Yeah.
The only thing I can get close to him being as disappointed as this is he coached the Clippers for 58 games in 2002, 2003, and they only won 19 games.
Yeah.
That's not
pretty
great.
bad. That's pretty bad.
So I thought maybe he had a really bad season as a coach.
Yeah.
That's like the closest thing I could find with a decent amount of games coached.
Right.
But
I think in totality, he was just referring to this game and their performance and their effort and whatnot. But yeah,
well, he better get used to it because the Kings stink.
it's funny too. Like since he's taken over, they're actually they were 6-11 with Luke Walton. They're 7-10 with Alvin Gentry, which I don't know. They're not getting that much better.
I don't have a problem with him doing this. I think the players, I think the owner, I think everybody around the Kings organization needs to hear this.
Right. It's just interesting that it's happened so many times in his short tenure as the coach. But I agree.
The Kings, we all know. I haven't been excited for a Kings game, maybe except when they play the Warriors, 4
Right,
times a
just
year.
for-
They do,
yeah,
just
for-
because,
For us,
us. But I mean, they haven't played a meaningful game, in my opinion.
I mean, since they were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
15 years.
this is something the Kings need, and this was not going to make them. Him saying this isn't going to really change much. Yeah, it might be more pride play from here on out, but they're still not going to be a great team.
Yeah. It'll be interesting
We're
to
not
see.
even close. Not even be a good team.
Right.
I'm not going to say great. They're not even going to be a good team.
Right. It'll be interesting to see if they make some big kind of shake-up, big trade or something at the deadline. I mean, I feel like De'Aaron Fox's name has been thrown out there.
Yeah, maybe Buddy
Trade
Hield
bait.
could.
Buddy Hield,
Buddy
definitely, yeah. We'll see.
So I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
I'm cool with him saying this. Absolutely.
Yeah. They are now 12th in the West. I think they're on a 3-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken. They are playing OKC tonight, which that should be a win.
Winnable.
On paper.
It
It should be a win.
always should be. There's a lot of should be's in
Right.
sports, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah. So, 13-21.
Meanwhile, your Warriors are
Cruising.
white hot, and
I wouldn't go that far, but they're playing well. Even with missing some guys.
they're. I just didn't see this coming. You
Yeah.
pretty much hit the hammer nail head with the Warriors this year so
Yeah.
far.
Well, the funny thing is too, I thought they'd be about a 500 team without Clay, and they're far
Yeah.
above that.
They're looking nice.
21 games over 500. So
Yeah, they beat the Suns on Christmas Day, 116 to 107.
that was a really good game, actually.
I didn't watch it,
Yeah.
like I said, but it's a big win. You know, 'cause
Yep.
the Suns got the better of them.
First
Have
time.
they played 3 times already?
They played 3 times. Warriors have won twice.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Suns didn't have Booker the second game, and I actually didn't really have him most of the first game. But the Warriors haven't had Klay Thompson the whole time. They were without Poole and Wiggins in this game. So
The Warriors are still the top seed in the West. They play tonight against Denver,
mm-hmm.
but Draymond's not going to play because he entered COVID protocol, which is a bummer.
yeah, but they are likely getting back Poole and Wiggins at least, if not one other player. I can't remember. So
And that
Couple
game,
key
that
rotation
game should be kicking off or starting off
pretty soon, yeah.
right now,
Yeah, basically.
7 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, and that's it.
Moving on to college football, like we said, New Year's Eve, 3 days away, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. Very close.
We got number 1 Alabama playing Cincinnati, and Alabama is a 13.5 favorite, which seems like a good enough number.
Yeah. Obviously, you think Bama's going to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. That's
I
a
think
pretty big number, but I think they probably cover it.
I think it'd be better for college football if they won, like at least for the championship game. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched much of Cincinnati. I'm not gonna lie. I just think if Cincinnati goes, and yeah, you could say, well, if they beat Alabama, they have a chance, which
Right.
is true.
Yeah.
But like, what are the chances they could beat Alabama and Michigan or Georgia?
Right. Yeah. I think it would be awesome if they won, but. I
And the
don't see
second game is going to be number 2 Michigan versus number 3 Georgia. Georgia's a 7.5 favorite, which I feel like is a kind of a big number. I know they've had a great season.
Mhm.
I still feel like it's kind of a large number.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see this number because they're probably assuming that Michigan just hasn't seen a team like Georgia, especially defensively, which I kind of agree with this number. I think it's about right. I mean, I would maybe go more like 6 or 6.5, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's terribly far off. Who do you got winning this game?
Oh man, I'd like to see Michigan win because I want to see Harbaugh versus Saban.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
I didn't realize they've already faced off in a bowl game. It was like a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I think Bama beat them pretty good.
I think Georgia's gonna win. That'd be a great game, Alabama versus Georgia.
Yeah,
Do it again.
I mean, we already saw it, but yeah.
I mean, people get tired of seeing SEC play SEC in the
And
national.
we've already
championship.
seen Bama play Georgia in the championship recently. But, I mean, my gut says Georgia, but my heart, I think Michigan might have a chance to get them.
I think they have a chance.
Yeah, I think
for
they
sure.
definitely have a chance. I really hope they win.
And the championship game will be what? Mid-January?
It's usually like,
January 15th.
so like they'll skip the next Monday and it'll be the Monday after that. So I'm guessing it's probably around the 10th or something like that
Yeah, so I have Alabama versus Georgia in
in the final.
championship game, yeah. I want Michigan, but I think
yeah.
Georgia.
I'm going Bama, Michigan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling frisky.
Dude, I'm kind of rooting for Cincy, Michigan.
That would be pretty funny.
It'd just be cool to see Cincinnati win and go, you know, because I feel like none of these small schools,
I mean, this is the first non-Power 5 school to make the playoffs, so
which
it's
is awesome.
impressive.
I think it's good for the sport. I think it's
Yeah.
cool that
We need
you
more
see
balance.
exactly more
Yeah.
balance. Speaking of Georgia, real quick. So last Sunday, Dylan and I were watching. I think it was Giants Cowboys,
Uh-huh.
and Mike Glennon was the quarterback because Daniel Dimes didn't play,
Daniel Times.
and they took Glennon out. Yeah, Glennon, right?
Oh yeah, and they put in Jake
They
Fromm,
played
right?
Jake Fromm, and he
Yeah.
played really good.
Yeah.
You know, the game was already over pretty
Yeah.
much. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and Dylan and I were like, "Dude, this guy's gonna start next week."
Yeah.
And I told him, I think I wanted to make a bold prediction on it last week, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I feel like taking a shot. So I was like, he's probably. I was telling Dylan he's gonna start. He looked really good,
Yeah.
and he played on Sunday.
Mhm.
He played like shit.
Really?
I texted Dylan. I don't know if he saw the text yet, but I was like, our boy Jake Fromm did not look good.
Yeah.
I
It's
think,
one
I,
of
think,
those-
I think he started, and they brought Glennon in.
Oh really? Yikes. Yeah, it's one of those things too, like where if a defense has a chance to, kind of scout you and prepare for you, it's different than just jumping into a game, especially when a game's already a blowout.
Yeah, because the defense isn't really trying out hard. Or, they're just playing.
It's a more
Prevent.
Exactly. Yeah. Softer defense.
So, on to the NFL. You and I watched this Niner Titans game at Palisades
We
last
sure
Thursday.
did.
Titans got the better of your 49ers, winning 20-17, and I'm gonna give you the floor because you were down bad.
That was just a really annoying loss. I mean, on paper the Niners dominated the game for the most part. I mean, they were moving the ball with ease, and then Jimmy throwing stupid interceptions was really the difference in the end. I mean, whatever, give him credit. He tied the game late in the game, whatever. But of course, left them enough time to come back and kick a game-winning field goal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's one of those, like, they were up 10-0 and they had a chance to kind of step on their throat and they just didn't.
They didn't.
And yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of Jimmy being the quarterback right now. I mean, I defended him, and I guess I could defend him because he was good other than the 2 interceptions in this game, but he just isn't quite dynamic enough, and I think it's just pretty obvious. And
I know the Twitter world was saying blaming Jimmy Garoppolo for this game outright.
right, yeah, and I don't blame anyone for that. I know it's been a kind of a frustrating last year and a half with him, either being injured or terribly inconsistent. I'm not totally sure that Trey Lance is the answer right now,
Or if he's ready.
or yeah, if he's ready.
Just throw him into the fire.
Right.
You already know what you have with Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly. That is like the argument.
And Trey Lance is probably going to start this week.
Yeah. So that's the funny thing is your Trey Lance boys are
Yeah.
maybe get their chance to
Yeah.
see what happens. I mean, last time they just threw him in there, he wasn't very good. So I mean, I don't know what we were gonna expect to be different, other than him being more athletic.
And they host the Texans, which is a big, could be a big game for Trey because the Texans aren't very good.
Right. Although they did beat the Chargers pretty bad this week. Not to say that.
Your boy Davis Mills,
Yeah, they had a good game. I
He's-
think he had 3 touchdown passes.
he played at Stanford, right?
Yeah.
He's been playing pretty good
Yeah,
for.
he was a 3rd-round draft pick this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just frustrating for
And
sure.
being the superstitious man that you are, when we were at Palisades with your parents, we were sitting in a different spot.
We did,
and then as
yeah.
soon as we moved to the bar, it seemed like the game went to
Game kind of
shit.
changed a little bit. Yeah.
Coincidence?
I mean, they did come back and tie it, so I don't want to get
No, okay.
go too far into it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You were down so bad, you
I think what happened is those people that came and sat next to us, that was the superstitious thing. They came and the game turned, and then they left, and the Niners tied the game.
I don't remember those people.
Yeah, they commented on my jersey right when they walked in.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. But there's my superstition for today.
There you go. The Raiders beat the Broncos 17-13. I actually watched a good amount of this game because there was some fantasy implications on my part.
Gotcha. Oh, because you have Josh Jacobs.
I had Jacobs, Noah Font was playing for me because
Okay.
Darren Waller was out.
Right.
And I had Hunter Renfrow, who is a sneaky good fantasy wide receiver this year.
Right.
Derek Carr likes throwing to him.
Yeah. He's actually a good player.
He is a good player.
He's a pretty solid
He's a
player.
good player. Raiders will host the Colts next week, which I think they'll lose.
I would think so. I mean,
Well, actually,
It's a big game for
Actually,
both
I don't
those
know
teams.
because Carson Wentz, I don't think he got COVID. I don't think he's gonna play.
oh, that's right.
So the Raiders actually could win that game.
I
I take that back.
Speaking of COVID, though, the NFL and the NFLPA came to an agreement today to shorten the length of being in quarantine or whatever, as far as the protocols go for COVID. So guys can come back faster
Okay.
with negative tests and
There
whatnot.
you go. That's nice.
So that could change things.
Yeah.
I think they did that for the sake of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they don't want guys missing games.
Or like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that too.
Like, can you imagine if the Buccaneers went and Tom Brady couldn't play in the Super Bowl?
Right. They just got to put everybody in a spacesuit for the whole 2 weeks between the
I
change and game.
guarantee the teams whoever go, they're
Yeah.
like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, do not.
Because do you want to see Blaine Gabbert starting quarterback in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely not.
I don't. People hate on Tom Brady, and I haven't liked him a couple times in my life.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see Blaine Gabbert out there tossing the pigskin to Mike Evans. You know what I mean? I want to see Tom Brady
Yeah.
throwing to him.
No, thank you.
So, what day is it today?
Tuesday?
Victory Tuesday. Whew, my Cowboys spanked
Wow.
the WFT.
That was a true ass whipping.
They won 56-14. They dropped 56, and I believe that is the most points scored by a team this season in a game.
I believe so. I think the Patriots did like 54 or
I
something.
think.
Yeah.
This game was over at halftime. The Cowboys were up 42-7, I believe.
You don't see 56 very often like 50.
I watched this game to the final whistle, and it sounds ridiculous. This game was over.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think I've ever seen the Cowboys score this many points in a game in my life.
Yeah.
I don't think they have scored this many points since I was a tot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't say I've seen the Niners score that many.
It's just like they were. Man, they could have. I mean, if they would have dropped like 60 or something. This game,
I mean, when you hit 40, like that's a big day,
Mhm.
and then going even for another couple
Yeah.
touchdowns. Like that's crazy.
Trayvon Diggs, another interception. That's 11.
Ties the Cowboys.
Ties
record.
the Everson Walls' Cowboys record.
Yep.
Everson Walls, most notably known, he was a good corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like not a Hall of Famer. I think he won a Super Bowl, few-time Pro Bowler, but he's most known, I would think, for being the guy guarding Dwight Clark
Oh,
on the catch.
for the catch.
Yeah, so you see that
Oh,
picture
yeah,
of
I
Dwight
know.
Clark catching it, number 24 Walls, that's who Everson Walls is.
He lost his man.
It happens. Would you, okay, so I want to ask you this. Would you be okay with being on the wrong side of history like that?
But being a part of it.
But being a part of
right. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It sucked to be like because I mean that was only the NFC Championship, right?
That was like the start
Of the Niners
dynasty,
right.
essentially. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I think that was like the first year they won the Super Bowl.
it was.
that
Yeah,
year.
it was. Like if you were on the wrong side of like an epic Super Bowl, that would kind of suck. Or some kind of a team beating you for a
Like the
championship.
Seahawks Patriots when the Seahawks
Yeah,
intercept. got
right.
intercepted.
Yeah, yikes. Yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to be Russell Wilson in that situation, of course. But
I mean, you'll always be remembered,
yeah,
but it does kind of suck. And,
It-
Everson Walls won the Super Bowl, like I said, so I think he's
Yeah.
fine. I'm sure he thinks about it.
yeah, yeah. It'd be one. It probably have to depend on what you did, in the rest of your career. Like if you never won anything and you were part of just one epic game that was, you were on the wrong side of, that would.
Or,
be tough.
local boy Bill Buckner.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know.
Oof.
I mean, Bill Buckner was a 300 hitter. I
Yeah, he was a
believe.
good player. He was a very good player.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but I think he had
No.
probably over 2,000 hits, and he was a 300 hitter.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's
That's
a really good career.
Yeah, really solid career. I mean, getting to the big leagues out of a small town is pretty crazy.
I think I'd be
It's
fine
on
with it because I think knowing I made it to that level at the highest level. I mean, I made it to the
Right.
highest level. You gotta be okay with it.
Guess
And things, shit happens.
Probably depends on what your ego is.
Well, that too.
It's always a factor.
Yeah. Also, my Cowboys clinched a playoff spot even before this game started.
Right.
Or they clinched the division before this game even started.
Yeah, which I didn't really understand why, because the Eagles won, and but they
I don't understand.
there must have been
why.
some kind of
Yeah.
weird implications.
Also, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. The Cowboys clinched a playoff spot when the Niners lost on Thursday. So for me, that
Sick.
was just a great Thursday for me. I can't really complain about that. Had to mention that real quick.
Yeah.
Cowboys won the division for the first time since 2018, which seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was Dak and Zeke's rookie
Yeah,
year, is that right?
no,
Or no, was that like a couple years after?
A couple years after.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that was the
I'm trying to remember how that sequence went, because they were really good when they were rookies, right?
2016. They made it.
They were like
the
13
round.
wins or something like
Yeah,
that.
13
right?
wins.
Yeah.
They lost to Aaron Rodgers. Shocker.
Oh, yeah.
No, Aaron Rodgers made that
I
crazy.
remember watching
that.
that at Applebee's. I was working.
No,
I remember that
was
shit.
bad.
Yeah.
2018 might have been the year they
lost to the Rams in the second round.
they beat the Seahawks and lost to the
That
Rams.
sounds
I
about
wanna
right.
say.
Yeah.
And then
Forgot
last,
about
and
that.
then the year, or at least last year, Dak busted his shit.
Right.
So, yeah.
And what happened to me like the other year? Not that I want to go too deep into this, but
I think they were 8-8,
yeah. just
or
kinda just-
maybe
Oh, was that the year that the Eagles won the division
I think so.
with like 8 wins or something, or 9 wins? Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
right.
So shout out to the Cowboys.
There you go.
I'm happy about that win. It's hard. Takeaways from this game is they look like a pretty good complete team.
Yeah,
But you know how I am. They played Washington, who isn't a good football
they're
team.
falling apart
They're
bad,
falling
which
apart.
is rare for a Ron Rivera team. But yeah,
They play the Cardinals next week, and we'll get into that later when we make our picks. Not feeling
that's a big game.
not feeling great about it. The Cowboys are also the 2 seed right now in the NFC,
Right, that's a big game for both teams.
which is weird because they're ahead of the Buccaneers, who have beaten them, but they do the conference. The Cowboys have a better conference record than the Buccaneers.
Yeah, because when it comes to 3 teams being tied, they revert to that
Yeah, so-
as the tiebreaker.
It's looking looking decent. Cowboys will get a home playoff game
Yep,
when it comes around.
yep.
Um,
Cowboys Niners is possible. I would fucking love that.
bro, that'd be like we talked about.
That'd be epic.
I'd be a wreck. I would be a wreck.
I'd be calling in that day for sure.
Do you want to mention the Niners Pro Bowlers because I've been talking about the Cowboys past 5 minutes?
Nah, just start with Cowboys.
Cowboys, okay.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys have 5 Pro Bowlers. Offensive tackle Tyron Smith, that is his 8th selection. Offensive guard Zach Martin, his 7th selection. The rookie sensation Micah Parsons,
Possible defensive player of the year.
possible, crazy. And then Trayvon Diggs, of course.
Yep. big year.
Also made it. And their punter, Brian Anger, who is a pretty damn good punter.
Do you know he went to Cal?
Brian Anger did?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while, and I feel like I knew that, but I didn't even realize he was on the Cowboys now, because he's been playing for
Has he? Okay.
for other teams.
No, I watch him play. It seems like he always gets it inside the 20. He's been playing really well.
Nice.
The one thing I want to mention about the 5 Pro Bowlers for the Cowboys is Zach Martin has been in the league for 8 years.
He's a 7-time.
7-time Pro
That's
Bowler.
pretty impressive. I was gonna say I didn't realize he's made it 7 times because I didn't think he'd been around for very long.
To me, Tyron Smith, I'm surprised he only has 8. I think he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he's older for sure.
But I guess he's struggled with injuries past few years, so maybe
Right.
that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for them.
Yep.
Happy about that. The Raiders also have 3
3.
Pro Bowlers.
All first timers.
Max Crosby,
Good player. Very good
Denzel
player.
Perryman, their linebacker, and their punter, AJ Cole.
Yeah, there we go. 2 punters.
Did you see Max Crosby getting emotional about making the Pro Bowl? Because I guess he was saying either last year or 2 years ago around this time, he was, like in rehab,
Oh, really?
substance abuse problems.
Oh
so
wow, I didn't know.
it's really, I love those kind of stories of the, comeback
comebacks.
stories.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
shout out to Max Crosby. He's a badass. He's good.
He's really good. Yeah.
I don't know where he went to college, but he's.
Yeah, I don't remember where he went.
I feel like I've watched a lot of Raider games this year.
Yeah.
I know they're always on
They're
TV
always
here
for us.
but,
Yeah.
Max Crosby,
Yeah.
good dude.
Don't be a solid guy. Niners also had 5 Pro Bowlers. Trent Williams, his 9th.
Nice.
Kyle Juszczyk, 6th-time Pro Bowler.
I just feel like, is there any other good fullbacks in the league?
He's definitely the most notable because he's pretty versatile.
Yeah.
Then George Kittle, his 3rd, well deserved, of course. Nick
Man,
Bosa.
How long has he been in the league for, George?
This is his 5th year, I think.
Okay, so that's.
5th or 6th, something like that.
I feel like he should have more than 3, but if he's only been in the league that long.
Yeah, and he didn't really break out until like his 3rd year, I think. 2nd or 3rd. Nick Bosa in his 2nd Pro Bowl, and then Deebo Samuel, 1st timer, also well deserved.
You mean the running back /
Yeah,
wide receiver?
right. He is a very unique and fun player to watch for sure.
He's cool. Are you surprised the Niners have this many Pro Bowlers?
I mean, I'm not surprised that any of these guys made it.
Mm.
I would say, yeah, that seems like a lot for an 8-win team, but yeah. I wasn't sure that Williams would have got one, but he is very good at his position. He's definitely one of the best tackles in the game.
So I'm gonna rate this truly holiday sangria out of 10.
All right.
That's right.
And which flavor is this again?
Holiday sangria.
Oh, sangria, yeah.
This is a 2.
not,
It's not
no
good.
bueno.
Not good.
All right.
Not good.
I'm going to have to crack one of these open too.
So I got a question for you. Who do you think is the most dangerous team with under 10 wins?
Let's see. I think there's 4 teams at 9 wins. I think it's the Bills, Patriots, Colts, and Bengals, which I like. I think you could make a case for all those teams,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a couple 8-win teams that you can make a case for too. I think I'd probably go with the Bills.
I picked the Bills too.
Yeah, based on what they were last year,
Mhm.
and Josh Allen just being as dynamic as he's probably the best quarterback on all those teams.
I'd say the Bengals are close too.
Right.
I think the Patriots have been exposed a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think people are as high on them as we were maybe a couple weeks ago.
Remember they were favorites to go to the Super Bowl like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's probably not even close anymore.
No,
Yeah.
can't be.
Jury's
So
out.
I'd say the Bills. That's a safe bet. The Bengals, we're going to get into Joe Burrow here in a second.
Right.
They just, I love Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I love Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he's nice. I would say the Colts you can make a really good case for too, because since they figured out that Jonathan Taylor is sick as fuck, they've been on a roll.
Oh,
They won I think they started the season 1-4. Now they're 9-6.
Were we talking about Russell Wilson? The Colts should try to get Russell Wilson.
You don't think they would stick with Wentz?
I just don't think Wentz is a good enough playmaker. I mean, he can make.
Wentz is having actually a sneaky good season.
Is he having your remember your bold prediction?
Oh, he'd be an MVP candidate?
No. How top 5 passer rating in the NFL?
I don't think he's quite there.
No, okay.
I'd have to look at that. But he's got 25 touchdowns and only 6 picks or something like that.
I was just watching the last game the Colts were playing, and I thought to myself, he's gonna be the reason why they can't make that big jump.
Right. I don't see them going
Or being
to the Super Bowl necessarily.
No,
But I could see them winning a playoff game.
I could.
And probably they'd probably have to upset a team on the road based on their standing right now. Although they're only 1 game behind Tennessee. But yeah, ever since they've gotten that running game going, they have been tough to beat.
Jonathan Taylor's good.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is very good.
Yeah. So I would go, yeah, Bengals and Colts are a close second, but I like the Bills, just mostly based on Josh Allen. And their defense is solid, too.
I mean, there's 7 teams that have 10 or more wins this year.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a lot, doesn't it?
I mean, we're almost
Yeah.
at the end of the year, so I should say that could be kind of low.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the teams have a chance to get to 10 wins because we got
More games.
2 more games left. But yeah,
So-
let's talk about Joe Burrow.
So Joe Burrow. We are big Joe Burrow fans.
Yes,
We
I like-
have been since, we're kind of, since his LSU year.
He's hard to root against, I feel like.
He seems like he's a good dude. We have a group chat called Big Dick Joe that's been going on for, that's been the name of it for 2
Yeah.
years, since he won the national championship.
And wore that hat.
What had to be?
I don't know if it was probably a meme or like a.
What did it
say? It said Big Dick Joe on it.
Oh,
I think it was probably it had to be an edit. There's no way he had it.
I hope it's real.
I have to find that picture.
Okay.
For you. You probably see.
That's
it.
probably why we changed.
I
the
think
name.
it is, yeah.
Okay. He had 525 yards passing. I think it's the 4th most of all time in a game.
Yep, 4th most all time. Set the Bengals record.
Bengals record. They blew out the Ravens 41-21.
Yeah, second time they've done that.
The Ravens didn't have their 3rd string quarterback.
Yeah, they
I'll
had-
give them benefit of the doubt
What
with
was
that.
it? Josh Johnson was playing, I
But they
think.
still got smacked by 20.
Yeah.
I think the best part about this is I think one of the Ravens coaches was like kind of talking.
Oh yeah, the defensive coordinator said, "Don't put Joe Burrow on like a pedestal."
Or he's like,
something
don't,
that.
don't put a gold jacket
Oh
on
yeah,
yet.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then Joe Burrow does this.
Just dropped a 500 piece on him.
That's a lot of passing yards.
That's a lot of
That's
yards.
a lot of yards.
There was a play too near the end of the game where it kind of seemed like they were just pouring it on, and it was for a touchdown. I think that would have set the Bengals franchise record, and by like a few yards, and they took it back, and he made another like 60-yard pass right after that.
Jeez. He's good. And I think it's nice because the Bengals are getting better. Because the Bengals, post Andy Dalton, have been pretty much irrelevant.
Right. And even with Andy Dalton, we always never felt that they were going to be a
Not-
true contender.
No, but they always. I mean,
They were always a
I think
playoff
they made the
team.
playoffs like what,
Most of the time.
4 or
he was
5
there.
years in a row,
Right.
but never won a game,
Exactly.
which
yeah.
is tough. But I just Joe Burrow. I kind of wish he was on the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's nice.
I'm sure you wish he was on the Niners.
He would be real nice in the red and gold.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
So anything else did you want to add for the week 6? I can't believe it's week 16.
I know, this does feel weird.
I don't think. I wanted to mention the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah?
Fins up.
7 in a row?
They are the first team ever to lose 7 straight and then win 7 straight.
That's fucking
or in
unreal.
I think in the same season.
Right, yeah.
Or did they have 7 straight losses and then proceeded to win 7?
Well,
straight
I think
after?
both happened. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're the first to have a 7-game winning streak and losing streak in the same year, which is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable, man. That's
Hey, I mean, I think we felt like the Dolphins were still, because they won 10 games last year and just missed the playoffs. I think we thought they were still an intriguing team. It was just going to be about Tua growing up, and he's played well. He hasn't been like overwhelmingly good. A lot of talk has been about their offensive line being trash, which I don't watch closely enough to know that.
No.
But
I feel like if you win 10 games, you deserve to make the playoffs.
I know it is tough
It's
when
rough.
you see those teams that
Yeah. Like, you're like, what was your team's record? Oh, we won 10 games.
Yeah.
Oh, so you made the playoffs? No.
yeah
We didn't.
yeah
That pissed me off. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
You know?
But yeah, they're right back in the thick of things.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it's amazing that we are so only 2 games left in the season, and there's still 23 teams that are either clinched or are within 1 game of a playoff spot.
You know the NFL. You know the NFL loves that.
love
They
that,
Love
yeah.
that. And you could argue that the Dolphins are one of those dangerous teams because they're hot right now. They are
Right,
hot at the
yeah.
right time.
I don't think teams want to play them right now.
I don't think so.
And they're going to get to play the Patriots last game of the year.
Which
They're only 1 game behind the Patriots right now.
big playoff implications
Right.
on that one.
So yeah, and I think only 8 teams are officially eliminated. Washington is not officially eliminated, but they're 6-9. They're
Yeah.
definitely not making playoffs. But yeah, pretty crazy.
Also, the Eagles are playing hot.
yes, that's
Eagles
another
are playing
team to
hot.
look out for.
Yes.
They're interesting because they just run the ball a lot, but they know how to score points.
Jalen Hurts is making it work.
Mm-hmm.
NFL top 6 time.
Oh boy,
And what you want to do for the next couple weeks is do the top 6 for the next.
we're gonna do this week, next week, and and for the last
Just
week.
because it's crunch time.
Right, yeah, getting down to it.
Getting down to nitty gritty. Would you like to start first?
Sure. Let's go one top to bottom today.
Okay.
This time. So number one, I got the Packers. I'm just kind of obvious they have the best record, and they look good too. They check the box on the eye test. So
They've kind of been struggling the past few weeks with teams that they've played,
yeah,
but they still win.
they're still winning, and I feel like they've earned their top spot in previous weeks. too.
Anytime you got number 12 playing, Aaron Rodgers, you got a chance.
Right.
You got a chance.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says.
Who you got number one?
I got Packers.
Packers
as
as
well.
well. Yeah. Who's your number two?
I have the Los Angeles Rams.
I have the Rams there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, with a big mover because I don't think they maybe were in my top six last.
They were
time.
my top 4. They were 4th last week or 2 weeks ago.
I
for
feel
me.
like that might have been fifth for me.
For me, the Rams
Actually, I
have
think that-
they have good wins. They beat the Bucks and the Cardinals, and they lost to the Packers.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the Packers have another win than they do, or more wins,
Right.
but they've also lost to them too. So.
Right. Yeah, I think that having that win over the Bucks is a big
Yeah.
reason that I got them at number two, and they're playing well right now.
3 and 4 for me was hard. Who do you got at 3?
So I have the Bucks at number 3,
I do too.
and then the Chiefs at 4.
I do too.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs just don't really have a great resume if you look at the whole package.
I don't think
you know?
they do either. I think
Like beating the Packers, but they beat the Packers who didn't
Well,
have Aaron Rodgers.
exactly.
So I don't give them too much
and
credit.
Tampa's beating the Cowboys, Patriots, who were good, better at the time, the
Right.
Colts, and the Bills.
Right.
And the good loss to me is the Rams. That's why I have them in front.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I have them in front.
No, yeah, I feel like that
Tampa
was pretty easy for me.
And the thing with the Chiefs is tough, yeah, because they beat the Packers, but it was without Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And the Chiefs also lost to the, not the Rams, but they've lost to.
They lost to like the Bills.
To me, they have
right.
4, at least at the time, 4 good losses: the Ravens, Chargers, Bills, and Titans.
Right.
The Ravens are not as good.
Yeah.
Maybe the Chargers aren't either, but the Titans and the Bills are good teams to me
Yeah.
right now.
I think if I was going with who I actually like the most right now, I would probably put the Cowboys ahead of the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have beat
Chiefs
the Cowboys.
beat the Cowboys.
Right. So,
That's why I have the Cowboys at 5,
correct. Same here.
and I have the Cardinals at 6.
Yeah. I have the Cardinals at 6 also. I feel like if they hadn't beat the Titans, like blown them out early in the year, I would probably have the Titans here, but
Yeah, I thought about the Titans too.
because the
but
Cardinals
I think,
have lost 3 in a row now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the Titans lost. The Cardinals they beat the Titans.
Right.
I think that's why
first week of the year. Yeah.
That's why I didn't put. Yeah, okay.
Exactly why I have them there as well.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Look at us.
it's interesting because the Titans have beat the Chiefs and the Rams.
Right. Fewer wins overall, though. I think
Yes,
is
exactly.
yeah, bringing them down.
Look, so we have the exact same six.
exact same. Look at us.
Look at us.
Who'd have thought? We've never done this before.
Well, I actually don't think that we have.
We have not done that this year. I have the exact
Well, I mean,
same.
I think also we haven't been doing the same. Like, I think at the beginning of this podcast,
Right.
everything that we did was the same.
I think that heavily influenced some of my picks this year too. As far as like picking the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, Warriors to win the championship.
Well, yeah, the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about my Super Bowl pick, as I say every week.
Right.
Packers, Bills.
Yeah, and the Bills are playing. You know,
Yeah.
a couple good wins in a row.
Yes.
Did you see those couple plays by Josh Allen where he did the little flip pass, like rolling out to his left? Oh man, he had 2 plays on the final drive that sealed the win.
Yeah.
And one was I think it was a third down where he's getting flushed out to his left and he does a little shovel pass to Stephon Diggs. It was like a long one too, like 7 yards.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah, and then
Who
he
they
did
play?
it. The
Patriots, yeah. Patriots.
And then he did it again in the end zone for a touchdown. Yeah. Pretty smooth.
Yep.
All right, let's make our picks.
Do you also want to mention that?
Yes.
So for the first time this year, me and you got perfect picks.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
2-0.
Mm-hmm.
4-0 overall. Me first, you first.
I'll go first.
Okay. What you got?
I have the Eagles beating WFT 3.5, minus 3.5.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty safe pick, even though I do think Washington's going to come out
That
guns a-blazing after getting their asses
That is
whooped.
why I didn't, because I know Ron Rivera is, he's a good coach.
But
And
the Eagles are playing hot, and they're playing for something, so I
Right.
think they're going to win this game.
I like that pick too.
And my underdog pick of the week,
Okay.
I'm picking the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys.
Cardinals beat the Cowboys. All right.
I don't think...
And they're getting what 5.5?
5.5.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt in my mind the Cardinals are going to win this game. The Cowboys are going to come off a huge win, and then they're going to come out. They're going to come out not sluggish.
All right.
I can already Already saying it.
So based on that pick, we're going to be going against each other because I'm taking the Cowboys.
Are
minus
you?
5.5. Yeah.
Okay.
I just like the way they're playing. I don't like the way Arizona's playing. Now it's a dangerous pick for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean the Cardinals need to get off their schneid for sure, and the Cowboys have won 4 in a row now. So dangerous, but I do like what I'm seeing from the Cowboys. So I'm taking them at home minus 5.5. And I'm also taking a big favorite in Tampa Bay. They're giving 13 to the Jets on the road.
The Jets are stinky.
But the
though.
Jets are just an absolute dumpster fire. They suck.
Oh, so you think the
I'm taking Tampa Bay by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know.
Did you see Zach Wilson have like a 60-yard touchdown rush?
Yeah, did you see how it happened?
Yeah.
Like he should have been tackled probably 3 times, but not even touched.
It would have been nice if that was Michael Carter, but
Yeah,
it's all right.
yeah. So I got the Bucks by 13.
So one of us will not have a perfect week.
Correct.
I like that. I like that. And it's going to be you. Because the Cardinals are going to win that game. The
Well,
Cardinals will win that
We
game.
shall see.
Kyler Murray's going to rush for... I know he's kind of hurt, hasn't been playing well, but
Yeah.
he's going to have like 70 yards rushing in this game.
I think if DeAndre Hopkins comes back, that'll be a huge factor for him because he definitely misses him.
Yeah.
All right, so there it is. And that's the NFL.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Yeah. Gage, what time is it?
It's time for last call.
Woo! Also, real quick, so I cracked open the Cran Orange Sparkler. Truly, it's not very good. It's not terrible, but it's not very good.
What would you give it out of 10?
Yeah, I mean 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably 3.
Okay.
It's just got a weird sweetness to it. And I'm not digging.
It's just like to me, it's hard to believe that somebody like was like, "Hey, we're doing this,"
Yeah.
and someone tried these and they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
put these out."
But I mean, there's a lot of shit that's like gross that I think people like. Just like they like those gross, sweet, shitty flavors.
I'm not even sure Devin likes these. Who bought these?
Yeah.
I don't know why she bought these. Was there other options?
I think she got wowed by the package. To be completely honest. I know that sounded really dirty.
She does love herself some Christmas, so I wouldn't be surprised. They're just sweet, and Truly's are naturally
Sweeter,
sweet, like even the
yeah.
regular ones.
Yeah. They're just not fantastic.
But we thank you for sponsoring us,
You're right.
Devin and Truly.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
I was gonna say something, but I forget. But
Yeah,
let's. Do you have anything other than what we know we're gonna talk about?
I don't actually.
Okay. So we just learned today, actually just a few hours
ago.
that John Madden passed away today. The legend, one of the best coaches of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, really sad. I mean, it sounds like he was kind of getting close to the end based on his health. I don't even know exactly what he had going on.
I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah.
But I think he had been dealing with bad health the
Right.
past few years.
Yeah.
So I feel like no one's really seen him. I feel like his post, broadcasting career, no one's
He kind of disappeared. Yeah. And it's kind of odd too. I think we talked about this a little bit. That documentary just came out about him
It
recently.
just seems weird timing.
I almost want to say like,
They did this
they
because they
knew,
know,
yeah.
or it could be close
Yeah.
to this.
right,
Which I want to watch. I mean, I think I wanted to watch it before he passed away.
right, yeah,
But I mean, obviously, I'm sure that's going to get a lot of views.
right.
I don't know what. It might have already came out, or did it not, or soon, next couple days. Maybe, hopefully, it'll stream on something so I could
Yeah.
watch it. But
Yeah. But yeah, absolute legend. I mean, Raiders coach for a long time.
he
Won a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champion, over 100 wins.
Yep. Yeah, he has. I actually found this out today, and I was looking at his Wikipedia page. I saw his winning percentage is like 763 or something like that, which is unreal.
He didn't coach for a very.
He didn't coach for that long. It was only like maybe 10 years, if that.
Yeah.
But he has the best winning percentage of all time as a
Right.
head coach in the NFL. So
That's nice.
that's something to hang the hat on.
I want to say, I could be wrong, but he was the fastest coach to 100 wins in his career.
I can see that based on how few
percentage.
games it took. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a tough one. Like,
Right.
I kind of got when I read it, I kind of got choked up. I wasn't gonna cry about
Right.
it, but this dude's just an absolute NFL
Icon.
football icon.
Right.
It's just when you think like you talk about Mount Rushmore of just NFL people.
Right.
John Madden's on that list,
Yeah.
bar none.
And for people that were young, or closer to his age, you get like the whole package. I mean, for us, it's we know him more as an announcer,
Yeah.
We
weren't alive. We weren't alive when he was
Exactly,
coaching.
exactly. And of course we know him for the video games. It's
course.
one of the best sports video games out there.
Ever.
Yeah. And just yeah, I mean, he was Mr. Football kind of,
I remember him Monday Night Football with Al Michaels vaguely,
Right.
and then I think him and Al Michaels for a long time did Sunday Night
On
Football.
Sunday night, yeah,
So
absolutely.
definitely remember him as an announcer.
Yeah,
Obviously, the football games we've all played.
Yeah.
We've all played.
yeah.
This dude has had one of the best lives ever. Head coach, champion, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame broadcaster, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think he is. Yep.
I mean, Madden football games, everybody knows. Everybody knows Madden. Everyone's
Yeah.
played Madden.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny too. I was. He also reminds me of. You guys probably know Frank Caliendo.
Mm-hmm.
He makes me think of the skits that Frank Caliendo would do mocking John Madden or
Talking about like Brett Favre.
Yeah, yeah, or just whatever. Yeah, the Brett Favre shit. is pretty
Also
funny
think
too.
about the turducken.
the turducken. Yeah,
The turducken for sure. It's like
turkey duck and a chicken.
It has like 6 legs on it.
Right. Turducken.
Also, when I think about John Madden, I always think about how he never flew. He
That is crazy.
always drove every game that he
Yeah.
probably coached, broadcasted. He never
He was
flew.
like he was like super claustrophobic and afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He always
pretty crazy.
drove in a bus.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't drive himself.
Yeah.
But, he never
But
flew.
that's crazy to think that he would bus like if he had a Sunday or like a game, on the East Coast,
Yeah.
he would bus all the way across country like.
I'm sure the players
Then
would
goes
fly,
like San
right?
Diego.
Like, if the players would probably fly, then he would probably he'd go in his bus.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That's a lot of fucking road travel. I'd get sick of that so fast.
that'd be terrible.
I wonder if that could be a big reason why he didn't coach for
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had to do it with broadcasting as well. So
Yeah.
But,
I do
yeah.
like when I think about Monday Night Football. I do think of John Madden
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I think of Hank Williams Jr. I think of like John Madden.
Yeah.
I know Hank Williams Jr. there's things with him.
Right.
I think about those two guys when it comes to Monday Night Football.
It's also crazy that he worked for all the 4 major networks too. He started with CBS.
Did he?
Went to Fox for a little bit, went to ABC for a little bit, and then finished with NBC.
Truly one of a kind,
Yeah, and you're right. He did live an awesome life.
without a doubt.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you could argue he was more popular, or he was better at what he did when it comes to broadcasting than he was.
Oh yeah, his
As a coach.
his post coach life was pretty stout.
He's
for sure.
just a funny dude.
Yeah.
He just says like,
Yeah, he's kind of Mr. Obvious too.
yeah. That's a heavy hitter. when it
Right.
comes to
Yeah,
that
because he
in the
was
NFL.
absolute icon for sure.
Like, I can't think of anybody else who's been a better ambassador for the league.
Yeah, because I don't even everyone calls it the Lombardi Trophy because he was the first coach to win it, but
Yeah.
I don't really know what his impact on the game as a whole really was.
Vince Lombardi.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
in comparison,
I have one request and one not bold prediction, but I think this is going to happen. I think EA Sports for the next Madden game is going to put John Madden on the cover.
that would be pretty cool.
I think that's what they should do.
Yeah,
Because early in the Madden games, he was on the cover of it. John Madden was.
right. Yeah, I mean like holding the football or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think that's what they should do, and I'm pretty sure that's what has to happen,
right.
in my opinion. I think it couldn't be any better than that.
Yeah,
I think no one would have a problem with that because no one likes the Madden curse on them anyways.
right.
So for John, we are going to take a shot of vodka's finest.
You want one of these? We also got whiskey. And more whiskey, or mezcal.
What do you think would go good with Truly? It's probably vodka.
Probably this,
Yeah. Lace me up.
Pour one up for Johnny Boy.
That's.
I do not like shooting vodka whatsoever.
Why are you doing it? Hold on.
'Cause it is what it is.
Here's to John.
To John. This gravy is pretty smooth. That truly is not though.
Wow, my God. Shoot, vodka. Shit. It's not good.
All right, Gage, you got anything else?
I don't.
All right, man. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have a great Happy New Year. Enjoy the college football playoffs.
We will see you in 2022, baby.
Yes, we will. Peace.